All right, time for some NFL Australia Week 15 power rankings. There's only a month left in the season. And I'll tell you what, you can just stop watching half of these teams because they stink. That's where we start, at the utter butt tier. That's how badly they stink. They're utter butt. The New York Jetropolitans. That's right, Aaron Rodgers. They blew that game against Miami. They stink. They're utter butt. The Pats are on a bye. They're still utter butt. The Bears, that was one horrible game against the Niners. They're utter butt. The Jags, they can't get out of their own way. They go out and beat the Titans, who are also utter butt, and basically cost themselves a shot at the number one pick. Jags, what are you doing, you idiots? You utter butt. The Raiders, just utter butt. Just gouge your eyes out before you start watching the Raiders. And the Giants, we've got planes flying over Meadowlands going, Mr. Mara, please fix this tyre fire because it's so bad. That's how utter butt your team is. Fans are paying big money to let you know that you stink. How about cooked but not fun? This is a weird tier because the Colts aren't dead just yet, but I reckon they're a bit cooked and they're also not that much fun. Anthony Tony Richardson, let's see what he can do this week. And the Saints, how's the Rizzler? What's he doing? Screaming at our boy Matty Hayball. That sucks. Rizzler, blow it out your nose. Go pick on someone your own size, you big-headed, weird-eared jerk. I'll have a crack. Come on, son. Don't yell at my beloved Matty Hayball. Anyway, the Saints are cooked and definitely not fun. Cooked but fun. So these teams, they stink and they're cooked. But when you watch them, you're like, this is nuts. How good are the Browns? Jameis is like, check this out. I'm going to do something weird. Because he's Jameis. That's just what he does. The Bengals, they're cooked, but they're still fun to watch because Jamar Chase is going to go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just run for 1 million yards and 1 million goddamn touchdowns. Check this out. And their defense is completely non-existent. Same thing goes for Dallas. The Niners, they're cooked, but they're still kind of fun because they actually kind of have a bit of a sniff. At least they think so. And then George Kittle with those beautiful flowing locks. They're beautiful. Beautiful. He gets going and off you go. Suddenly, they're kind of fun. They really put one on the Bears. The Panthers! What happened here? Bryce Young is good? Question mark? Sure. Cooked but fun. Arizona Cardinals. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., he's still electric, but they're still a bit cooked, aren't they, the Cards? You lost twice to Seattle. I think you're Dunskies. And Miami. Tua, he's got one throw. He just pops it over the top and drops it in the bucket to Tyreek or whoever, Jonnu Smith. They're cooked, but they are a bit fun, the Dolphins. I love this tier. What is you? What is you? The Bucks and the Falcons. They're trying, basically, no one wants to win the NFC South. And here these two teams are just going, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what I is. And the Bucks are kind of like, hey, we're good-ish. They almost cooked that game on the weekend, and then they were fine in the fourth quarter. And the Falcons, I mean, what is you? Kirk Cousins, what is that? 8 interceptions, 0 touchdowns? Horrible gear over the last month. And the Seattle Seahawks, they're good, but what is you? This week it's Zach Charbonnet running over everybody and your defense is pretty good. Other weeks you're like, I don't know what this team is. They're good. I love the Seahawks, but what is you? I think they're a playoff team, but I don't know. Speaking of playoff teams, that's this tier. Playoff teams. That's the Houston Texans. That's almost like by virtue of the two greatest words in the English language, default. Because the rest of the AFC South stinks. What are the Colts going to do? Win it from them? No chance. The Ravens. So this is a bit of a dip for the old Baltimore Ravens. They were up there and could make a soupy. Now they're not. They just worry me. That defense is los horrible, as you might say if you're a French Spaniard. The Rams. Don't look now, but I reckon they're a playoff team. The Rams are good. They just ripped off 44 points against the Bills. That was pretty handy. They're pretty good. Don't mind the Rams. Don't look now. They're just gelling at the right time. Puka Nacua causing all sorts of havoc. Now, the Washington Commies, they are a playoff team for now, but they have a huge game this week, which basically, decides their season. So, good luck with that, Commies. The Denver Broncos. How weird was that Simpsons game, by the way? It's like, come on, we should be just leaning into the Denver Broncos way more. But anyway, they're good. They're a playoff team. And so are the Chargers. Even though they lose that stupid game against Kansas City, those two teams in AFC West, they're both playoff teams, right? Unless the Colts just go and do something stupid, but blow it out your nose, Colts, I hate you. Could make a soupy. The Bills have taken a bit of a dive from the smash and tin stack and wins tier. Tired legs, I reckon, after that snow game. That's what happened out there in LA. But Jim, they rattled off 42 points. I don't care. The defense gave up 44. And last time I checked, if you score more than the opposition, you lose. You win that game. The other team loses. Bills, I still kind of believe, and I still kind of believe that they could make a soupy, but they're not smashing 10 stacking wins right now. Green Bay, they are very, very close, as well as the Vikings for smashing 10 stacking wins. But if it all just goes right, to be honest, could see them both making a soupy. That Vikings defense is legit. Basically, if you're like, I don't know, sounds like you're some Irish bloke named Lee. Oh, legit there. Yeah, I know. Pittsburgh as well. They're pretty bloody good. They're awesome. If everything just falls right and Russell Wilson just goes on a bit of a Joe Flacco tear, you could see the Steelers just going, hey, we beat the Kansas City Chiefs 19-17 in an AFC title game. Well, now we're in the soupy. Couldn't ya? Couldn't ya? Question mark. And then finally, the smashing 10 stacking wins tier. The Kansas City Chiefs. They can't keep doing this, can they? They can't. But they keep doing it, Jim. I know. It's ridiculous. This time they get the miracle doink. It bounces in. It's just stupid. Come on. Just talk about, I don't know. There's something about the universe where they're just like, we're going to let all the Kansas City Chiefs fans just like, we're always going to win no matter what. We're going to get to a three-peat. And then just something's going to go weird in the playoffs. But the thing is, the way they keep winning these games, they're going to probably keep doing that in the playoffs as well. And just keep doing it all the way to a soupy. It's the Tom Brady, my beloved Patriots vibe. I'll tell you that much. And then NFC smashing 10 stack and wins teams, the Detroit Lions. How good was that win over Green Bay at the very end? Absolute chaos there. And the Eagles, they only got by the Carolina Panthers just thanks to Xavier Legette just going, oh, I don't want to catch this. But I'll tell you what, that was a classic look-ahead game for Philly. They're like, we're not worried about this one. We're worried about Pittsburgh this week. And they still won. And Detroit, they're good. KC are awesome. Those are your three smashing 10 stack and wins Super Bowl favorites right now. Who's going to win it all? I don't know, but we're going to have fun finding out. Stay tuned to NFL Australia for all your NFL gear throughout the rest of the season.